Hello there, it's Sarah from Paper Lovely. Thanks for joining me today. I am going to be creating some chip bags. I'm getting ready to mail out some Happy Mail, and so I'm creating just a little something extra to include in that. I have a longer tutorial on how to create these. I will link that below for you, just if you want to watch it in real speed. But I am basically just taking some 12 by 12 pattern paper and I am trimming that down to 6 by 12. Now keep in mind when you're trimming this, your bags are going to run horizontal the way that we put them together. So I just had stopped there and was looking at that pattern paper because I trimmed it the opposite way that I wanted to. This one there I trimmed correctly. So just keep that in mind as you are cutting your paper down the direction that you want your pattern to go in. Thankfully, with this Boo and Eeek pattern paper, it didn't really matter. It could run up and down as well. So I have grabbed a frame here. I'm going to trim out the little window that's going to be in the center of my chip bag. And I'm using a Blueprints 32 frame die. This is the smaller of the two frames, and it will actually cut out a frame as well as the square that goes inside the frame. So I will be pulling those in later. That's going to be one of the goodies that I stick in the bags. I am now going to cover over this window, and I'm just running along all four sides with some 1/8 inch score tape. I'll then peel away the backing and place a piece of cello bag or acetate behind there just to cover over that window so nothing falls out. Now I'm going to take some 1/4 inch score tape and I'm going to run that around 3 sides on the inside of my chip bag. So I just usually go down one end, up the side, and then down the other end. So let's go ahead and get this chip bag placed together. I have taken my window panel there and I'm just going to line that up with one of my grid lines in the center. And then I'm going to curve over each edge of this. And I am doing this so that I don't get a crease when I press down my center back here. This will make sense in a minute. You don't want to get any actual folds in the sides because then it looks less like an actual chip bag. So I'm going to take the edge without any tape on it and I'm going to run that to the center and then move it over about 1/4 inch further. And then I will do the same thing here with the edge that does have the tape. Now this, I'm going slightly further than that just because I do want to cover over that full side strip there that I have on the edge. So once I get that lined up, I will press down, being really careful to only press in the middle there so that I don't get a crease on either end of my bag. And then here for the bottom, I'm just going to peel away the backing. Just checking to make sure I don't have any creases there. So I'm going to peel away the backing of the tape here on the bottom. And then I will pinch this closed. And I'm just keeping my window as centered as I can. And I will start in the center and then move my way out to each edge. Again, being really careful to only crease that along the bottom there where the tape is. And that's going to complete the bag until we have it stuffed with all of the goodies. So I had mentioned earlier that the frame that I used to cut out my window had a sort of a separate frame included with it. So that's where these frames have come from. And then I've also used a die cut from Hutson. It cuts out the word boo and treat. So I'm just using the boo here, but I'm going to add one of those to each of these frames. And then the frame's going to be one of the goodies that I include in the chip bags. So at this point here, as you can tell, I've sped up the video quite a bit. I'm going to take you through and show you how I decorated up all 6 bags. If you have made it this far into the video, I have got a little hidden giveaway for you. I'm going to be giving away 3 of these bags to, I'll do a random draw from the comments below. If you would like to win one, leave me a comment and let me know what you are going to dress up as this year for Halloween. If you are not going to dress up, then just tell me a favorite costume from a previous year. That would be fine. And this is going to be a pretty quick turnaround, so I'm going to leave this open until tomorrow, Friday the 11th at midnight, and then I will do the drawing and I will announce on Saturday who the winners are. I'm going to say this is going to be open only to those of you in the United States, just because I want to get these out in the mail and to you so that you can use some of the goodies before Halloween is over. So make sure you get your comments in by tomorrow at midnight. Alright, at this point I'm gonna turn up the music and let you enjoy the process, and then I will be back at the end to finish putting all of these together. Okay, so all my goodies are ready to go. I've got some ephemera, some cut aparts, one of those goes, a frame, a die cut, some doilies, a really cute little bat that you can place around a paper straw, a flower, a couple flowers, and some ribbons. And I took those ribbons and just clipped those together with that clothespin, that little mini clothespin. That's going to keep them sort of wrangled so that it's easier to close the bag and they won't get stuck on the tape. And you're going to close the bag the same way at the top as you did at the bottom. So just go ahead and pinch that again, making sure everything is out of the way of that tape, and you'll pinch that in the center and then sort of work your way out to either side. Again, gonna take my bone folder and just run that to make sure it's nice and tight. And then I'm going to grab a crimper that I have. This is an old Fiskars. If I can find it, I will link it for you. I think Eeek Success makes one of these as well. But I'm just going to stick the very edge of either end of this where the tape is in there and run that through back and forth a couple times. I'm squeezing that as tight as I can. And that's going to give me just the little hint of the look of the crimped bags, just like the chip bags have. If you don't have one of these crimpers, you could also use a scoreboard and just do a couple of score lines and it will give you the same type of idea. So here is a quick close-up look at all 6 of the finished bags. In the description box below, you'll find my blog post, which has additional photos and links to the supplies I used. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a comment or a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.